Hey guys, what's going on? It's that home theater dude. Got a brand new unboxing today. Just got this brand new Denon AVR in the mail, and I'm super excited because I finally get to have my Atmos back. I've been without Atmos for about 2 weeks. Actually, it's been like 3 weeks now, and it's been ridiculous. Like, I've been bummed out. Whenever you have all those channels and you have to be reduced to just 5, it's not ideal. So I finally got this one from Denon. It's the AVR-4400H. I used to have the 6300H, and the reason why I went to this one is because I decided just to go more externals, because these get hot. Denon, if you even contact them, you email them, they'll email you back with their customer service, and they'll tell you that it's normal for these things to get hot. So either you run an air comm to keep everything nice and cool, because these things have massive heat sinks in them, and plus they're putting out, well, the 6300 put out 140 for 11 channels, and this one is 9 channels and it's 125. So either way, you're gonna have massive heat sinks in these because they don't have fans to keep them cool. So main reason why I bought this one is because I was gonna go more externals anyway. So this one only has to power 2 channels, and that's just temporary too. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing unboxed, and I'll let you guys check it out in a minute, okay? All right, let's see what's in this thing. So let's check out what's in the box. What do you get, right? So for the 4400, what you're gonna get is you get your power cord, obviously. You get the nice little Odyssey mic, which is really good. You're gonna get their quick start guide. Put that aside. You have an AM. You're gonna have an AM antenna. See if I can zoom out a little bit. AM antenna. You're also gonna have their Wi-Fi antenna. They give you an FM. I think that's what this one is. There's also an FM antenna in there as well. And another cool thing, I'm gonna go ahead and just pop this open. I showed you guys last time on my other video, but I'm pretty excited about this because it makes it really easy, especially with all these channels that you're gonna have, is they give you this little labeling guide with it. So I mean, if you just have 5 channels, it's not hard to, well, I guess it would be a little harder to switch up your left, right, centers and things like that. But when you got 11 channels, 9 channels you got to worry about, it's really cool that, they took the time to even bother putting these in here, these little labels for your speakers themselves. So that's pretty cool. So I kind of like that. Let's put that aside. Power cable. You're gonna have your batteries over here, or your actual remote. Decent remote. It's the same remote I had before. And then you get your 2 AA batteries. Right here, you're going to have your Odyssey tripod that they give you. If you don't have a tripod yourself, you can just use this one. I have a tripod, so I'm not going to worry about even opening this at all. So that's it. You get the same remote as usual. Let me put this down real quick. I'll show you. Same remote. Pretty sturdy. Looks okay. Doesn't look terrible. It's got a nice, it's nice and light. It's not really heavy or metal. So, I mean, if you drop this thing, no big deal. But yeah, that's the remote. Let's go ahead and get this stuff out of here. Get to the big dog. So, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this camera back down, then I'll go ahead and pull this out. Cool thing with the 4400H that I went with this one rather than going with another 6300. If you guys haven't seen it, I actually blew up my 6300H from Denon. I haven't shown the film footage yet, but if you guys want to check out the video, I'm going to put a little card actually up here. So if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and check it out real quick. But yeah, I went with this one One, because it has AURO-3d built into it with the 6300 series. Any of the 300 series, those had AURO as a upgrade, so I had to pay $200 to upgrade to AURO. Anything with the 400 series, 6400, 60 or 4400, things like that, it comes with a built-in, so that's kind of cool. It's kind of a drawback because you only get 9 channels powered rather than 11. But if you're already going external, then there's no reason not to do it. So save yourself a little cash, go with this one. That's it. This thing's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick close-up of this real fast so I can show you guys. But check this thing out. I mean, this is looking pretty good. It's not bad, has really good quality on it. All right, so this is gonna be the back of it. This is pretty impressive here. It's got a whole lot of binding posts on the back. It actually has 11 of the posts for your speakers. You see those down at the bottom. So you see them right down here. You have 11 of those, but I mean, obviously this is only 9 channels powered. So if you're gonna go externals, then I would recommend using, right here, you're gonna have the actual pre-outs. So you have the pre-outs right here. You have that, you can do zones for, you know, if you wanna do different rooms, or you have all 11 channels here. See, I'll just go up close on that. And then you have 2 subwoofers. So if you want to go externals, then this is where you're going to be plugging your interconnects into, right here, right in the center. Obviously, you're going to have more of the same stuff that you've seen before. You have 2 posts for the Wi-Fi. You have one here, one on the other side. I've already shown you those real quick. You have a couple different ends. So you have 2 digital, 2 optical ends. And you can obviously put those wherever you want to. Right here in the center, you're gonna wanna use these if you're doing externals as well. You're gonna pay attention to those. If your amplifier doesn't have sensing abilities, then you're gonna wanna use these triggers with one of those cables that I had in one of my other videos. It's called a mono-aural cable. You just plug one right in there, plug one into your amplifier, and then whenever this thing gets turned on and it gets a signal sent out to it, then obviously your amplifier is going to turn on. You don't have to get up and turn on it every single time. You have your network LAN connection right here. So if you want to use dedicated internet, you can do that as well. But obviously, why not just use the Wi-Fi? You got a whole bunch of HDMIs up here, and these are really good because they are HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2 certified. So anything with 4K, you're going to have your pass through and you're not going to have any problems with that. You've got your 3 HDMI outs over here. You have, I think, 2 in parallel, and then one is a different one. So if you want to have, different things playing on different monitors, you can do that as well. Or if you want to have 2 things playing on the same, 2 images of the same thing playing on 2 different screens, you can do that as well. I'll get to that part later. Obviously, you have a bunch of the analog things here, the legacy outputs. Oh, you have a bunch of the legacy things like, assignable ends with your video, component video. I mean, this stuff's pretty much gone the way of the buffalo. Everyone uses HDMI now. You have a remote control blaster. So say if you hide this thing in, like I just bought one of those nice big heavy duty type of rack mounts. And if you want to mount this in a rack or mount it in a cabinet, and you don't necessarily get, straight vision for your remote to sense the signal, you can connect one end here into your IR in, and then you run the IR blaster to the front of the TV or basically anywhere where it can be seen by the remote, and then it'll basically just see all those signals, so you can still control volume, change everything you want. Like this thing is fully in vision, but it won't be in vision if it's obviously behind a cabinet or something. You got your AM, FM antennas over here, their inputs. Down here, you're gonna have a lot of the same stuff you've seen before. You have a phono in, which is pretty cool. I might be getting to that a little later. And if you wanna, hook up a Nintendo, you can hook those up down here. I guess you would hook it up over here, but whichever. You guys know what I'm talking about. We've already talked about that. Another thing I want to talk about real quick. This is one thing I noticed. Some people actually tipped me off to this. Anything under the 6000 series, you see this is 4400. Anything under the 6000 series is made in Vietnam. So if you see that right here. So it's not, you know, manufactured in Japan like a lot of people typically think things are. I seriously, I was kind of bummed out about this at first, but I don't think it's a problem because usually you're gonna have the components made all in the same places. They just get assembled in different spots. So I think the components are the main part of that, but I mean, there may or may not be a problem. That's why you have, obviously you buy this from a respected source, you get your warranty with it, so you don't have a problem with that. Denon's a big company, so they're tried and true. Definitely recommend going with those guys. So that's why I say it. I don't think that's a problem. Anything above 6000 series like 6300, 6400, 8500, 7200, all those things are going to be made in Japan. Anything below that, it's going to be made, you know, in Vietnam. But just a quick thing I noticed between these is my 6300, the binding posts, they wiggled a whole bunch, especially on these, the height channels. I noticed that they don't do it as much here. So, I don't know, because I noticed that was kind of a big deal with my 6300, and sometimes the banana plugs would back out because these things were moving a little bit whenever I would move it in and out, but it doesn't move anymore. But I'll get to that, a little more of that a little bit later. But I just wanted to add this little part to the video because I know that I kind of skipped it earlier. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe.